Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we're going to be working on this, the 60th anniversary Kyosho Mid prototype. Now, I've already done a full chassis detail build on this one, so if you haven't seen it, stop what you're doing here, click on that, go watch that, and then come back to this, as you don't want to miss out on the chassis build, as it was gorgeous. So in this video, the plan is to cut the body out, then we've got to try and mix up the correct colour for the rims so that it's going to match. Not as easy as it sounds. Hopefully I can get you some actual grams per colour so that if you're doing one of these, you have a rough idea of how to get to the right colour to match these wheels. Fingers crossed. Then we've got to put all the decals on it, and then we're going to call it done, and this one is going on the shelf. We've got loads of stuff lined up waiting to go. We've got the Super Dogfighter. Also, I have a Predator X10, which is the XRS, that needs a little bit of attention, as well as loads of other stuff. So anyway, that's enough rubbish. Let's just get on with it. Right, let's cut it out, sand it down, and get it to fit nicely before we paint it up. If I could just ask you to take 2 seconds, if you've watched the videos and you've watched a few and you enjoy it, to hit that subscribe button. 58.6% of you that watch the channel aren't even subscribed. It costs you absolutely nothing. And being that we're such a small RC channel, every new subscriber really helps the algorithm find our content and push it out to more RC fans like you. Right, so after a good hour or so, I have a body fully cut out, sanded down, cleaned, and I've put the window mask in it all ready to go. Next, we've got to mix up the paint. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, so wish me luck. The body was way more complicated than I remember when I did my mid, but I got there in the end. There's a lot of fiddly bits around here, which goes over the pinion and spur cover, but it all lines up lovely. Whoever came up with the idea to do square body post mounts, yeah, that was a real challenge. Takes 2 seconds to do a round one, but to get a rectangle one twice and not mess it up, yeah, bit of a challenge. Right, let's mix up the paint and see how we get on. So there you go, after many hours it's finished and I love it. It was a bit of labour of love. I must admit I kind of fell in and out of love with it because it just took so much effort to get the right paint, messing around, mixing them up, waiting for them to dry, but to get the actual correct numbers to make it easier for you did take a little bit longer. But I'll put them up here again if you missed them earlier on in the video. If you mix to that, you will be fine, you'll be able to paint it up. It's as close as I can get it, and I don't think you would notice it. It's fractionally greener, so you might want to take one drop of green out and then maybe add it slowly and see. But I'm as happy as Larry, and if someone had did this for me, I would think they actually got it pretty much spot on. But it's a weird color. It changes in different lights. Sometimes it looks really dark, sometimes it looks really light. When the body was over there and the wheels are over here, it looks completely different. Once you put them together, it all kind of lines up and it looks about right. I did do something different with the wing. Now on my original Riri Mid, the first one that came out, I changed the spoiler and I put the sticker in. Kyosho on the sticker sheets do these brilliant little cartoons of the cars, and I really like them. So on this one, I did something different and I put the car on there, and I really liked it all this time later. So I've done the same thing again, and I've put the little car on there. The top one is the same, and then I changed this bottom one, and then I put the car in, and then I changed a few bits. One thing that's really weird though, these end plates. The end plates that you see here are like the box. In the manual, it tells you to do something completely different, and it gives you different stickers. It actually says to put these end plates lower and then put the silver sticker around the bottom, which was really weird. But then on the box, it doesn't show you that at all. I don't get that. But then I went back and I looked at the original car that this was based on, and these end plates are set much lower. So I don't quite understand how the box is like this, the original car is different, and the manual is different again. But I like it like this. It kind of makes sense, so I'm leaving it like that. Now this one I won't try and replicate totally by putting all the electronics in it like I did for my JJ. That was just, I went down a road that I didn't want to, and I'm not doing that again with this one. But it is very different and I really like it, and it will go into the collection. It's really nice to finally get it finished, as I've been worried about this one. Now, one thing I wish they'd done is an under tray for it. It really needs an under tray, and there is aftermarket under trays for the original one. I fitted one to my Mid, so hopefully we'll be able to get the same for these. Now, even though this is a shelf queen, it's just better because the body kind of wobbles around a little bit, whereas if you have an under tray, you velcro it to it and it seals it. Also keeps a bit of the dust out as well, being a shelf queen. And if you're going to go racing, you definitely want to have a bottom tray on it to keep the muck and the scratching, all the scratches off the beautiful carbon. But for now, that will do it. One thing you want to be a little careful, these black stripes here, they are cut to each side, so make sure you put the one on the right side. I almost made a mistake on that one. Apart from that, the stickers that go on it are pretty straightforward. Anyway, that means we've finished this 60th, and that means we're now going on to this beauty. Now, the big difference with this one is I'm actually going to take this vintage racing, which means you've got to build it very differently to the likes of a shelf queen. What I mean by that is, like, the tyres on this one, they're not glued on, they just sit on there, so if I ever decide to take the tyres off, it's much easier. On this, yeah, you can't do that, obviously. So the first thing I need to do as well is source some rims and tyres to go carpet racing. It's going to be an exciting one. I've never built a Yokomo racing buggy, so I'm super looking forward to it. And four-wheel drive, never done four-wheel drive racing either. So we've got lots to cover on this one, and hopefully there'll be a lot of modifications coming out for this as people start racing them. And then what we'll do is we'll start adding some upgrades, tweaking it and changing bits and pieces. So that's all coming really soon. Super excited for that one personally. Right, thanks very much. Please like and subscribe, as you don't want to miss the Dogfighter, as well as we've got another modern four-wheel drive PR racing buggy coming, and possibly a team associated B7. So there's a lot of track racing coming real soon. God, it's so busy at the moment. Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.